then why do we observe so much idleness in America? To be part of the US labor force, one has to be either working or looking for work. And there are a lot of people in this country who are in neither category, neither working or looking for work, including in growing numbers, young American men. This is the labor force participation rate for men ages 25 to 34. It's graphed back to the year 2000. Now, back in 08-09, one could explain declining labor force participation among young men by simply pointing out that at that time, the nation during certain months was losing between 700 and 800,000 jobs a month. We lost 8.7 million jobs during the downturn, and these young men, like many other Americans, were becoming frustrated with their unrequited job searches. But how does one explain this in the context of 2015, 2016, 2017, years during which the nation added more than 2 million jobs? How does one explain this in the context of more than 6 million unfilled job openings? Well, economists have wondered that, and have conducted research on that. And among the leaders in this vein of research have been economists from Princeton and the University of Rochester. Their research recently featured in the Wall Street Journal. And they conclude that one factor explains between 23% and 46% of the diminished participation of young men in the US labor force. One factor, in other words, explains between 1/4 and 1/2 of that. And that factor, of course, video games. The research indicates that an army of young men plays video games all day, every day. So, Anirban, are you saying there's an army of young men playing video games all day, every day? Yes, that's what I just said. Now you're repeating me. But Anirban, I do not see the soldiers in this army. Where are these young men? I don't see them. No one ever does. That's the point. For our purposes, they only exist in the data. This is called an immersive digital lifestyle, an immersive digital lifestyle. You might say, Anirban, these young men living this immersive digital lifestyle, they must be very unhappy with their existences. But this is no way to lead a life. The research further indicates that young American men who play video games all day, every day are far happier than those who work for a living. These video games are awesome. But Anirban, these men are in their 20s, now some of them in their 30s, so there must be, there's food and shelter and clothing, that kind of thing. From where do they garner their economic support? Parents. Parents are the leading source of support for their lifestyle. And you might ask the question, well, why would parents condone, let alone actively financially support such a lifestyle? Well, that's pretty simple. It's a really dangerous world out there. And if they get out there, those young men, they might do bad things, or even worse, bad things could be done to them. Much better for them to be sitting in the basement playing video games. They're so happy, I'll bring them tea and toast in 15 minutes. And isn't it so nice that they're with all their friends? And so there's been some shifts or changes in social norms or social mores, meaning it's, I think, become more acceptable to not work. But if the question is, can someone find a job in America? Are there opportunities, including middle-income opportunities in America? Yes, there are. And it's up to people, I think, at some level to train themselves to take advantage of these opportunities. Now,